There's a lot of uncertainty when it comes to buying a home because there's a lot of negative things that's said on the media. And at some point, it discourages you from buying a home. I want to bring you full transparency and the reality to what's going on in the market right now and what my buyers I'm currently helping are seeing. I have made a list of 7 things that you should be aware of. Number 1, less competition. Compared to a couple years ago when we were experiencing multiple offer situations, the marketplace has changed and my current buyers are able to get their offers accepted because there's less competition. When you're not dealing with a multiple offer situation and you're not competing with cash buyers and investors, there's a higher chance for my buyers to get their offers accepted and go under contract and into escrow. With the current interest rates going up, the purchasing power of a lot of these buyers in the buyer pool have gone down significantly. When you're competing with less people, the chances of getting your offer accepted is much higher. Number 2, sellers are open to contingencies. What are contingencies? Let's talk about that. Let's say you're a buyer, but you need to sell your home first in order to buy your move-up home. Then that is a contingency. When you submit an offer to the seller, it's contingent to the sale of your property. When we had multiple offer situations a couple years ago, sellers will not even take a look at offers with any contingencies. But now, sellers are more than willing to look at offers with contingencies. Sellers being open to contingencies can be found not only in resale market, but also in the new builds. Let's say you're a buyer that's interested in buying a new home. Would the builder for the new build accept a contingent offer? Right now, yes. Couple years ago when we were experiencing the multiple offer situation, absolutely not. So at this current marketplace, buyers with contingencies has a better shot at getting their offers accepted by the sellers. Number 3, sellers are willing to contribute to closing costs. Closing costs are approximately 2 to 3% of the purchase price, and that is usually paid by the buyer. But now, in my offers that I write for my buyers, I always include for the sellers to cover 100% of the closing costs. And on the new construction, a lot of the builders are already offering 2 to 3% towards the closing costs if you use their preferred lender. And this is a huge win for my buyers because it's going to cost them significantly less to close this particular transaction without additional upfront cash for that particular escrow. Number 4, sellers willing to buy down interest rates. With interest rates climbing and purchase power declining for my buyers, we always ask the seller to contribute some credit towards interest buy down. So what does that mean? Interest buy down is when you work with the lender and you're able to pay a sum of an upfront cash in order to lower your interest rate from a certain percentage to a lower amount. That way, it really helps the buyer minimize and get a lower monthly payment. There are programs such as 2-1 buy down, where we ask the seller to buy down 2 points the first year and 1 point the second year on the interest rate so that my buyers are able to afford their monthly payment. When we were experiencing multiple offer situations, we never asked as buyers to ask the sellers to contribute to the interest buy down program. But now, with this shift in marketplace, this is something that we need to in order for my buyers to be able to afford their high monthly payments. Number 5, sellers willing to pay for home warranty. In our purchase agreement, there's a section that talks about home warranty. Home warranty is a service contract that pays for repairs and replacements for major appliances such as kitchen appliances, washer and dryer, electrical, plumbing, and heating and AC. Basically all the large ticket items that is required for a functional home. In all of my buyer's purchase agreement, I make sure that the seller pays for the home warranty for the first year. And that could range anywhere from $650 per year all the way to $2,000 plus per year, depending on the size of the home, the zip code your home is in, and the neighborhood. For an additional couple $100, you could also add your pool and spa into the home warranty. When we have multiple offer situations, my buyers were responsible to take care of this cost for the home warranty. But now I make sure that the sellers cover for my buyer's home warranty. Number 5, buyers asking for all repairs to be covered by the sellers. During the due diligence period, when we are in escrow, we go through a professional home inspection. The home inspection may also include a pool inspection if your home has a pool and a spa. After the professional home inspector has gone through the house, usually takes anywhere from an hour to 3 hours depending on the size and the scope of the inspection, they will then put together a full report, including a summary section where I would go over the summary section with my buyer and identify identify all the different things that we would like the sellers to repair before end of close. Currently, we are able to negotiate and have the sellers cover most, if not all, of the items in the request for repair. And in many cases, the sellers will accept and take care of all the repairs, whether they do it themselves or the seller would determine a credit amount to be credited towards the repairs for the buyers to do after close. If you were a buyer, would you rather have the sellers take care of all the repairs before closing? Or would you rather have a credit at the end of closing and you take care of the repairs? Comment below. I'd love to hear from you and see what you think on the request for repairs. By the way, if we haven't met yet, konnichiwa, my name is Kaori Nagao, your Las Vegas lifestyle specialist, helping you find your new home. No matter where you're buying, I'll be more than happy to guide you through the home buying process. Make sure you like, engage, and subscribe so that you're made aware of all my new videos. Now let's keep going. Number 6. Interest rates have been rising to manage inflation. As your real estate advisor, it is my job to educate and help my buyers understand the current market situation, including the inflation and interest rates. I get asked all the time, Kaori, what are your thoughts on the interest rates landscape in the next month, 3 months, 6 months, or to a year? In order to better advise, I need to understand the current situation of my buyers and their real estate goals. What are their short-term versus long-term goals? Is it a time to buy right now or wait? With the current uncertainty, it's very important for me to advise to my buyers that for every 1% increase in your interest rate, your buying power goes down by 10%. So let me share an example with you. Let's take a look at this example together. Pricing matters. For sellers, there's a risk in waiting to purchase, and for sellers, pricing your property correctly matters more than ever. So when you're at a 4% interest rate, your purchase power is at $555,000. At a 5% interest rate, your purchase power goes down to $500,000. And at 6% interest rate, your purchase price goes down to $450,000. All of these situations have the same monthly payment, approximately $2,150 a month. So as you can see, every time an interest rates go up by 1%, your purchase power goes down by 10%. So knowing that, I think it's really important to understand and forecast what the interest rate is going to be looking like in the next 3 months to 6 months to a year. I don't have a crystal ball, but if you were to ask me my opinion on interest rates, I believe that the interest rates will continue to stabilize. And when interest rates stabilizes, there's going to be more demand from the buyers. And lastly, number 7. Understanding your real estate goals and vision. As your real estate advisor, it's very important for me to understand where my buyer is currently and what their vision is in the next 3 years, 5 years, 10 years plus. Is the home that you're going to purchase your forever home? Or is it a move-up home? Or is it a starter home? It's very important for me as your real estate advisor to understand your current situation and your goals so that I can make proper advice based on your situation. For any of my buyers that are able to afford a home now, I would say go for it. And the reason why is because you're building wealth as you become a homeowner. Compared to if you're renting, you're actually paying and building wealth for the landlord. Yes, there's different situations and circumstances. Maybe you're relocating to a city, you don't know how long you're going to be there for work, so you may want to rent. I totally understand that. It's a case-by-case situation. However, if you're going to be planning to live in that particular home for over a few years, my suggestion is for you to purchase the home so that you could build equity and build wealth as you are a homeowner. And when you're ready to move up to your move-up home, then you could use that equity that you've built over that time to use that capital gain as your down payment for your move-up home. And remember, I always share this with my buyers. Did you know that the capital gains up to $250,000 if you're single and up to $500,000 if you're a married couple is tax-free? That's a huge savings, you guys. And you could roll that over into the deposit of your move-up home. And you could continue to do this and leverage this capital gain tax benefits until you're in your final dream home. By sharing this information, I am able to advise my buyers on their real estate game plan. For more videos about home ownership and the process it takes to buy a home in today's market, make sure you click on one of the videos on the screen. Thank you so much for watching. I love hearing from you, so keep engaging with me and see you on the next one.